appeared attractive, I supposed, to others. But right now, she appeared more frightening than any other demon I had ever seen in my entire lifetime. Not that I had seen many, of course, but I couldn't imagine anything being as terrifying as this. I was about to be very, very wrong. My mother lifted her hand, and it twisted and morphed into some sort of dark tentacle. Not the first time I'd seen it, of course. I couldn't do that. But it was the first time I'd ever seen her outright attack someone. It shot out and wrapped around the knight's throat, lifting him into the air and choking the life out of them. "You will fight them because I said so. I am acting for Arthur. It doesn't matter if I am only his consort or not. And if you disagree, this will be your fate," Nimue shouted ominously, her voice echoing all through the clearing and well into the night. The knight struggled as Nimue's other arm turned into another shadow tentacle and wrapped around the knight's chest, effectively crushing his armor and squeezing the air out of him. He couldn't even struggle or make a noise except for a haggard wheezing. Her hold on him was so tight. Then he was suddenly released and fell to the ground in a gasping heap. He began, coughing, hands at his throat, trying to catch his breath. "Apologies." Nimue smiled an evil grin. Too late for that. He was wide-eyed just before her tentacled limbs morphed back into regular hands, and she pushed forward, her hand resting on his shoulder. He cried out loudly, pained, as Nimue's eyes widened, and a barely visible blast of energy shot out of her appendage. A blur escaped the night and disappeared right into her hand. Her humanoid form seemed to grow larger as the energy was taken into herself. The knight fell to a lifeless heap when she was finished, appearing to be very satisfied with herself. Several of the other soldiers stepped back, awed and frightened. "And if you refuse, gentlemen, this fate will befall you. Is that understood? Arthur gave me rein to guide the army for the trying times we have ahead. These methods may seem dark and evil, but that is nothing compared to what the Avalonians have in store for you, or humanity," Nimue said, and the remaining soldiers spoke in agreement with quiet voices to each other, or just stood at attention, ready for orders. A self-satisfied smile slipped across my mother's face. "Good." Nimue ordered the knights to fight, and fight they did with the dark demons. Only the demons didn't fight fair. They used their magic, knocking the weapons out of the hands of the knights and pinning them with evil tentacles themselves, telling them to show no mercy. This went on for an indeterminate period of time, before dozens of Arthur's knights fell themselves, having been bested by the horrible demons before them. I knew things were bad, but I didn't think they were this bad. How terribly wrong I was.
Chapter 1. Everywhere I looked, I witnessed destruction and death, heard agonizing groans and rattling gasps as people took their last breaths. So much destruction and death. The stone walls and tall turrets that made up the palace of Camelot just beyond the field were crumbling, falling to the ground with thuds that shook the kingdom like thunder, either struck down with magic or burning from the inside. People, more than likely servants, were jumping out of the windows to escape the flames and heat, and most were coming to gruesome deaths as they fell to the ground. It was probably more merciful than meeting one's end at the point of a sword or an arrow. Between the walls and I, in the large expanse of the field, muddy with melted snow and blood, lay hundreds of people. Some had met their ends already, others were damn close to it. My grandmother, my aunt, and all of